Well, hello, everybody. This is Mac, and we are working on our solving inequalities. And we've done a whole section where we didn't flip the sign. We did in version A, where we flipped the sign. This is version B. Some will flip the sign, some we won't, which is really what we've been trying to get to. As a reminder, if you just stumbled across this, all these videos can be found at maxtutorials.com. I have a whole algebra sequence there to help you in any questions you have with algebra. I've been working with students my whole life, especially students who struggle with algebra. So I would really like to work with you, especially if you're struggling. I believe I can help you out. Okay, please like and subscribe this video. Let's go to number one. I'm going to subtract 6 to both sides. What I taught you in the previous video is you can add and subtract all you want, and it doesn't affect the sign. You don't change it. Adding and subtracting doesn't change. Don't worry about the negative sign. If you add, subtract, nothing. But look at number two. Now I'm going to divide. If you divide by a negative number or multiply, any multiplication or division by a negative number, ding, 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 that's when the red flag goes off. That's when you flip. That's what we're looking for, is that negative number that we are multiplying or dividing by. Number three, oh, I see a negative number. Do I flip? No, because remember, you can add and subtract all you want. As long as you're adding and subtracting, you don't have to change a thing. Look at number four. I'm dividing by a negative number. Well, guess what? That's the sign. That's when you flip it, because you are dividing by a negative number. 6 times 8 is 48. Let's go on this one. I'm going to subtract 5. Do you flip? Nope. Adding, subtracting doesn't change a thing. It's all good. Now I'm going to divide. Oh, I'm dividing. Do I flip? Nope. Because you're dividing by a positive number. So just leave it alone. I did no multiplying or dividing by a negative number. No flipping. All right, number 6. I'm going to add 14 to both sides. And again, adding, subtracting doesn't change a thing. I'm just going to drop down. Make sure you drop down that negative sign. Don't leave that there. I'll see students do that sometimes. We want to be careful not to do that. And once we divide by a negative 7, boom, they die. X is, dividing by a negative number. This is when you flip. Okay. Going on to number 7, I'm going to change this into a multiplication sign. I'm going to multiply each side by 6. And that's going to leave me with negative x. Do I flip? Nope. I'm not multiplying by a negative number. I'm multiplying by a positive number. Now, that's like a negative 1x. So if I divide each side by a negative 1, I'm going to get x. Now I divide by a negative. I have to flip the sign, and that is my final answer. Okay? So some of these we flip, some of these we don't flip. Number 8, I'm going to multiply each side by a positive 5. Now remember, if you multiply by a positive, you leave everything alone. You don't do anything. But now I've got to divide by that negative 1. So now I am going to have to switch the sign. And I get a negative 15. Okay? Let's go on to number 9. Subtract. There's that minus sign. Flip the sign. No, don't. Okay? I'm just subtracting. I can subtract all I want. Doesn't change a thing. Okay? Now I'm going to divide. Oh, I'm dividing. Let's flip. No, don't. I'm dividing by a positive. That's okay. I can do that. And so if you notice, I just copied it down all the way down. Number 10, I'm going to add 18 to both sides. Boom, 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 boom. Drop down the negative 9. Don't make a mistake and not do that. Now that I divide each side by a negative number, x is greater than negative 7. Number 11, we're going to subtract. That does not change the sign. We can add and subtract all we want. Okay, so that doesn't change a thing. And I'm just going to divide by a positive number. When I do that, it still doesn't change a thing, and we are done. Number 12, I'm going to divide each side by a negative number. X is smaller, less than a negative 8. I divided by a negative number. That's when I flip. Number 13, minus. Oh, there's that negative number. That's okay. I'm subtracting. I'm allowed to subtract without changing anything. Now that I'm there, I'm going to multiply by a positive 2. Since I'm multiplying by a positive number, I just leave it alone. I don't touch anything. Okay? And last one, number 14. I'm going to add 20 to both sides. Okay? And I'm going to get 10 is greater than 70, 10x. And once I divide by a positive, that's okay. I can divide by a positive. X is greater than 7. I don't change in this one. So this is the first one since we did inequalities where we mixed it. And I hope you feel really comfortable on when you should or when you shouldn't. And if not, that's okay. I have a version C. Just go straight there. Man, listen to my dog snore. Wow. Um, there you go. Oops, sorry about that. All right, I'll see you guys then. I'll see you in version C, or I'll see you in the next section. You guys are doing great. See you there.